you know, everyone made fun of me for playing MMOs. They said, Ethan, why are you playing World of Warcraft? I'm about to buy an MMO for like $100, right? And here we are. The Lord and Savior Dawe Kun has announced that they are making an MMO. So it says Hoyo new game. Join us for Genesis. UE5 realistic fantasy game, open world MMO, PvE, artificial intelligence simulated ecosystem, all terrain battle AI, boss fight, intellectual NPC. So I saw this yesterday, and my first thought is, holy crap, they need to slow down. They need to slow down. We just got Petit Planet, it's beta. Honkai Anima Nexus is not even out yet. The first official beta happened for that, and that game needs some work as well. And they're just going at it. Like clearly they got different dev teams. Everyone's working on something completely different. And but I see this, I'm just like, oh my god, like dude, like we're never getting those Genshin Impact artifact loadouts. Like, we're really never getting that. We're never going to get a skip button and shit, right? Like, it's just not happening. But in all seriousness, um, I saw this, and I would be lying to you if I said that I felt, um, if I didn't feel a glimmer of hope. Now, most likely, it's probably going to be bad, or it's probably going to disappoint me personally. But I would also be lying to you if I said the MMO genre doesn't need something, right? World of Warcraft, there's tons of controversy going on with WoW at the moment. It's not even funny. We're going through the cycle of the new expansion. Midnight could possibly kill the game again. This has happened a million times, apparently, from what I've been told. Uh, Guild Wars 2 is not really popping. Lost Ark is not really popping. Um, there is definitely a market here, absolutely. But the biggest question is, what's the target audience? Right? It says a realistic fantasy game, but so far we've seen that they're pretty much targeting kids 95% of the time. Right? Genshin Impact was targeting people who played Breath of the Wild, but has really turned into more targeting towards kids. Honkai Star Rail, in certain aspects, has a little bit more of a tone and theme that's a bit more for older people, right? Depending on some of the type of topics that they discuss. But again, the way the dialogue is presented and written, it's still very accessible for children. Zenless Zone Zero is strictly for gooners. Petit Planet is for cozy people. And Honkai Anima Nexus is for kids. So when I see this, I'm not feeling like my first thought was, oh my god, this is going to be so awesome, and then I had to bring myself back down to reality with the bad track record that Hoyoverse has of not really delivering on the potential they have, because they're really good at making base video games and then just completely ruining it, right? So I saw this and I'm like, I don't know, man. The other thing is, it's probably not going to be a conventional MMO where you pay, let's say, 10, $20 a month for the actual access, right? Let's just keep it a stack. I would personally rather enjoy that. I like that because that, in theory, would allow for the rest of the game to be a bit more accessible. Obviously, cosmetics and, like, let's say WoW and mounts could be like 80, $90 and whatnot, but that's not really needed. You see this in games like, I mean, we could look at Blue Star Protocol, for example. That game has no subscription base, but it has a gotcha that you're only able to get, what, I think it's 3 pulls a week. Possibly someone correct me on the time frame on that. You're only able to get like 3 gotcha pulls free to play, and you have to pay money to get the rest of them that are used in your echoes. It's for your echoes in combat, right? And you could say that's not a big deal, but it's leading for that really shitty monetization, pay to win type method. So the fact that this will probably be free to play, similar to Crystal of Atlan. Crystal of Atlan is a pay to win mess, right? I actually really enjoy the PvP in that game, But other than that, that game is a mess. Um, Lost Ark. Once you get to the end game, that's another game completely free, but it's a pay to win mess. There's always a pattern with MMOs a lot of the time. Let me not say always, but most of the time, if it's completely free to play, Guild Wars 2 might be the exception. It's going to lead to you um, pretty much just having to pay to win, right? So, again, we have to see what it will be, but I'm not even going to say I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not, because I understand I'm learning a bit more about the genre, and also people just shit on MMOs, right? Like we're in a situation where right now a lot of Hoyo players won't play Duet Night Abyss because you have to grind the same dungeon 5 times to get a character. How the fuck are they going to play an MMO? So maybe like when I think of it with that logic, they could possibly pivoting to like a broader, different audience that is actually going to play their game, and that should be key, right? If this game, because again, I will say this over and over again, Hoyoverse is very good at designing video games that have tons of potential, and then they just fail on the potential because they try to milk you for every single dollar. If they go the route of trying to reach a completely different audience, I'm talking like, you know, I think the most profitable audience, like in like the Nielsen ratings, like on TV and advertisements, like what, like 13 to 30, right? Something like that. Um, or 18 to 32, 36. Go for that audience that's going to spend money and willing to play your game. And we might have something really special on our hands. But again, knowing how Hoyoverse players act, how they think, seeing their reaction to other video games, I just don't know how this works. I don't. It's a complete mystery that we won't see for years to come. So we really have no idea what's happening. I see the non-gotcha PC console only. Oh man, I don't think bro knows. The likelihood of this game having gotcha in it is very high. I mean, like, dude, I just shot into Genesis team. I was making fun of it. I was like, yeah, imagine an MMO where you gotta like pull the character every 2 weeks. Again, hopefully that wouldn't be the case, but like, there's definitely gonna be some sort of element in the game. Like, I just don't see them creating a subscription based model. It's just not happening. Right? They want to get this to as many players as possible to look good for investors. And again, the MMO genre, it definitely needs something else besides WoW, so we'll see. I also don't think it's gonna play like WoW either. The cooldown management sim, it'll probably be more like an action-packed MMO. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't think it'll be like a cooldown simulator, but interesting stuff, man. I mean, I have little to no expectations. I honestly think it'll probably be dog shit, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm wrong because I would love to play a MMO from Hoyoverse. I would if it was actually good. I would also love Tower of Fantasy to bring their MMO exclusive servers to America, right? Because they actually launched MMO only without gotcha. So, yeah, hopefully they learn from TOF. And thank God for TOF to inspiring them, right? I love you, boys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah. I'm out this bit.